Hey everyone, and welcome back to Simple Mind Space. Today, we're diving deep into the power of storytelling. Not just any story, but the stories we tell ourselves and how those narratives shape our lives. This isn't just some feel-good self-help stuff. This is about understanding the psychology behind why we get stuck and how to break free. You see, our brains are wired for stories. It's how we make sense of the world, how we understand ourselves and others. But sometimes the stories we cling to, the ones we play on repeat in our minds, aren't serving us. They keep us trapped, feeling like victims in our own lives. Think about it. Have you ever found yourself thinking, I'll never be able to afford my dream home, or I'm just not cut out for a relationship, or maybe even, I'm a failure because I didn't finish that project? These, my friends, are the stories we tell ourselves. Stories that often hold us back from reaching our full potential. Now, I'm not saying these feelings are invalid. They're very real, and they deserve to be acknowledged. But here's the kicker. Just because a story feels true doesn't mean it is the whole truth. We tend to edit our life stories, subconsciously highlighting certain events and downplaying others, all to fit a particular narrative. It's like that classic game of telephone. The original message gets passed around, distorted with each retelling until it's barely recognizable. The same thing can happen with our personal narratives. We add our own interpretations, biases, and assumptions, turning a simple event into a complex drama, often with us as the tragic hero or the helpless victim. Let me give you an example. Imagine a woman who gets passed over for a promotion at work. A simple enough event, right? But now, let's add her internal narrative. She might start thinking, see, I knew it. I'm not good enough. I'll never get ahead in this company. This narrative, fueled by self-doubt and past experiences, becomes her story, influencing her future actions and even her self-worth. This is where the concept of editing our stories comes in. Just like a writer revises and refines their work, we too have the power to reshape the narratives that define our lives. It's about taking a step back, examining our stories with a critical eye, and asking ourselves, is this story serving me? Is it helping me become the person I want to be? Now, I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done, right? And you're absolutely right. Changing deeply ingrained narratives is no walk in the park. It takes conscious effort, self-awareness, and a willingness to challenge our own perceptions. So where do we even begin? One powerful technique is to explore alternative perspectives. Remember that woman who was passed over for a promotion? What if we challenged her narrative? Maybe her boss had to make a tough decision based on factors outside of her control. Maybe this temporary setback is actually an opportunity for her to explore new career paths or develop new skills. By simply shifting our perspective, by considering other possibilities, we begin to loosen the grip of those limiting stories. It's like adding a plot twist to our own lives, opening up a world of new possibilities we hadn't even considered before. Another powerful tool for editing our stories is to focus on our own agency. So often, we get caught up in the why me mentality, dwelling on the unfairness of it all. But here's the liberating truth. We always have a choice. We may not be able to control everything that happens to us, but we can choose how we respond. Remember, every challenge, every setback is an opportunity for growth and learning. It's an invitation to rewrite our story, to become the hero of our own lives. Instead of asking, why me? Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient? This isn't about toxic positivity or denying difficult emotions. It's about acknowledging those feelings, honoring them, and then choosing to focus on what we can control. Our actions, our thoughts, and ultimately, our narratives. One of the most common narratives I encounter is the fear of failure. We tell ourselves we're not good enough, smart enough, or brave enough to pursue our dreams. This fear, often rooted in past experiences or societal expectations, can be paralyzing, keeping us stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and inaction. But here's the thing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone. Every successful entrepreneur, artist, or athlete has faced their share of setbacks and failures. The difference is, they chose to view those experiences not as defeats, but as opportunities for learning and growth. They reframed their stories. They told themselves, this didn't work out, But that doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means I need to adjust my approach, learn from my mistakes, and try again. And that's the key, my friends, to embrace a growth mindset, to view challenges as opportunities for learning and development, rather than threats to our ego. Another narrative trap we often fall into is the comparison game. In this age of social media, it's all too easy to get caught up in the highlight reels of others, comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles to their perfectly curated lives. We start believing everyone else has it figured out, while we're the only ones struggling, feeling like imposters in our own lives. But here's the truth: everyone struggles. Everyone has their own insecurities, their own doubts and fears. We're all just doing our best to navigate this crazy journey called life. The problem is, we often only share our highlight reels, the successes, the accomplishments, the picture-perfect moments. We rarely share the struggles, the setbacks, the moments of self-doubt that are an inherent part of the human experience. So, how do we break free from this comparison trap? By practicing gratitude, by focusing on our own blessings, our own accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem, by celebrating our own unique journeys instead of constantly comparing ourselves to others. Remember, there's no one right way to live life. Your journey is yours and yours alone. Embrace your individuality, your quirks, your imperfections. It's what makes you unique, special, and worthy of love and acceptance. Another powerful narrative shift is to focus on our values. When we live in alignment with our core values, when our actions reflect our beliefs, we feel a sense of purpose and fulfillment that goes beyond external validation. Think about what truly matters to you. Is it honesty, kindness, creativity? Once you identify your core values, make a conscious effort to live by them every single day. When faced with a decision, ask yourself, which choice aligns with my values? Which path will lead me closer to the person I want to be? Living in alignment with our values gives us a sense of direction and purpose, making it easier to navigate the inevitable challenges and uncertainties of life. It's about creating a life story that's authentically ours, a story that reflects who we are at our core. Now, I know this is a lot to take in. Changing our narratives isn't a quick fix or a one-time event. It's an ongoing process of self-reflection, self-awareness, and conscious effort. But I promise you, it's a journey worth taking. By becoming aware of the stories we tell ourselves and by choosing to edit those narratives, we unlock a world of possibilities. We free ourselves from limiting beliefs, self-doubt, and fear, allowing ourselves to step into our full potential and create a life that's truly authentic and fulfilling. So, the next time you find yourself stuck in a negative thought spiral or feeling held back by self-doubt, remember the power of your own story. You are the author of your own life. Choose to write a narrative filled with hope, resilience, and limitless possibilities. Thanks for tuning in to Simple Mind Space. If you enjoyed this episode and found it valuable, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. And remember, you have the power to rewrite your story. Go out there and create a masterpiece.